If you're looking to learn a bit more on CPF Life, this video is for you. I'll be covering a few parts. The first, I'll be sharing with you on what to expect when you reach your 65 and CPF Life pays money to you. There are so many plans in the market, I do understand that. I'll show you exactly how to differentiate between them and what to expect in terms of your retirement cash flow. The second, I'll be sharing with you tips on what you should choose or what you should at least know before making a choice. So with that, let's roll in the intro video. Hi guys, welcome back. Without further ado, let me share with you the first thing that you must know and understand, which is FRS, Full Retirement Sum. This is an estimate that I use when I do financial planning work for my clients. You can take a screenshot of this because over here, I have the entire projections. If you're 55, all the way down to if you're 34 this year. The only confirmed full retirement sum amounts are in yellow until 2027. Beyond that, it's all up to projection. Whether it's 3% inflation or 3.5% inflation, we still don't know yet. On the right hand side of this table, you will see the estimate for male standard plan under full retirement sum and female standard plan under full retirement sum. These two tables are with the assumption of 3.5% inflation projecting forwards. Over here, this is just the standard plan full retirement sum. So if you like to find a bit deeper on what are your choices, make sure to check out CPF's own monthly payout estimator calculator. You need to sign with your SingPass and it will lead you next to a page and you can input your own retirement account balance. If you have more than full retirement sum, do note that is the default amount that is drawn into your retirement account. For this year, it's 213,000. If you have less than that, like 150,000, no problem. There's just no penalty, and what you need is just to input 150,000 to this retirement account balance. If you want to do the enhanced retirement sum, which is just a limit, you can put $426,000 in also. So again, enhanced retirement sum, ERS, is just a limit. So imagine a scale. You can go from this all the way to the max limit. And later I'll show you this max limit can even be higher. Then at the bottom, you can choose between three plans. Escalating on the left, standard in the middle, and basic on the right. And if you don't make any choice, you'll be designated to the standard plan. So inputting male, 55 this year, which is year of birth 1970, retirement account balance 313,000, mandatory if you have that sum, and under standard plan, what you will get is $1,700, correct? All your retirement account savings will be deducted as CPF Life premium. All, you cannot opt to deduct some for CPF Life only. It's all. And this $1,700 is with an estimate of $315,000 projected value when you reach 65, having started the journey with $213,000 at 55. So that factors in that compounding of 10 years already. Once you understand that, let me next explain to you what is enhanced retirement sum, which is 2 times of full retirement sum. Over here, you see the screenshot. $426,000 is the retirement account balance at the age of 55, which means the mandatory 213 is sucked into retirement account, and then you choose to top up another 213k into your own retirement account. Take note again, any transfer in is one-way ticket. You cannot take it back out. But when it's inside, you'll be compounding at 4% per annum. So there are pros and cons. Highlighting again, all of your retirement account savings will be deducted as CPF Life premium. And the value you get is $3,310 estimated from 65 onwards. Coming to here, do you realize something? If you only have full retirement sum, you'll be $1,700. If you have enhanced retirement sum, which is 2 times full retirement sum, it's only $3,310. Why is it not $3,400? The reason is because your first $60,000 has extra interest and you'll be credited into your retirement account. Coming to here, if you have questions, let me know in the comment sections. I'll try my best to help each and everyone answer so that we can make more savvy decisions in our retirement years, especially when CPF is a very important foundation for your old age passive income streams. Coming to here, I should next answer the question, why is there a scale at the very bottom? Why is there a max of 800,000? Isn't everybody compounding at the same rate in retirement account? The answer to that is because you can actually make top-ups along the years after 55 even. Every year, we know the full retirement sum increase, correct? Which means the enhanced retirement sum increase also. you can choose to voluntarily top up. I'll show you the math to it, but if you walk the journey, you realize that you can get $4,210 instead of $3,310, a $900 more per month basis. Wow, 4,000 plus per month. Take note again, everything on this calculator is just CPF's projection. They do give you a guaranteed income stream, it's just that value is just as of now an estimate. So just now I mentioned about actually along the years, even after you've enhanced retirement sum 426k, when next year's limit increase, you can choose to top up even. So how does that work? Let me pull up this next table to show you. Every year, the enhanced retirement sum will increase. Right now it's 426k in 2025. In 2030, it'll be 506k plus. Again, this figure is not confirmed. By 2035, that will be 601,000 plus. On the right hand side, I've inputted a top up table, which is how much you can add in even after you have reached full retirement sum. Yes, you will collect interest on the amount inside, but the amount you can top up is actually separate. Hopefully, I haven't confused you too much, because what I'll show you next is more numbers and more extrapolation. If you truly love CPF Life and you want the max amount of it, what you need to do is to top up to enhanced retirement sum the moment you reach 55, and every year jam in this 14,008, 15,006, 16,000, so on and so forth. And what you will realize is you can get to that max of 800,000. In my projections, you actually will end up with 818,000, which is more than that scale. So this is actually how retirement account works. Right now, there are some people with 500,000 in their retirement account, which appears to be more than the enhanced retirement sum, correct? And that's because they've done top-ups along the years and including this year. So if you follow me to here, let me next poke a very interesting question. Can you actually start with full retirement sum right now? Don't top up to enhanced retirement sum, and by the time you reach 65, decide you want to join enhanced retirement sum and decide you want to pump in more money there. The answer is yes. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about CPF and retirement planning, look for my upcoming finance summit at SMU. This will be a fully educational event, and I'll be sharing with you deeper insights on what you should really know about CPF before you make any top up. Join us at the summit and look for links below. Our last 3 events have been fully sold out, so get your tickets right away. Thank you very much for the support, and let's next move to understand other plans of CPF Life. And let's start with basic plan first. If you have enhanced retirement sum of 426k and you opt for CPF Life basic plan, something different will happen, and let's read together. Under CPF Life basic plan, monthly payouts will become progressively lower when your CPF balances fall below 60,000. And that's because 80 to 90% of your RA account will be used to provide payouts for you until the age of 90. The remaining 10 to 20% will be deducted as CPF Life premium and used to provide you payouts from the age of 90 onwards. Which means again, you keep 80 to 90% in your retirement account, earning 4% interest, but your monthly payouts will be deducted from there. Then the 10-20% is funneled to the annuity pool and will provide from you from 90 onwards. And what we can see is the estimated amount is $3,020 from the age of 65 all the way to 90. After 90, do you realize something? I've circled in red. The projected value drops from 3,020 to 2,950. You get less as you age, and if you understand inflation, this could be a problem. But I do think there are merits to the basic plan also. Just now we mentioned 80 to 90% will still sit in your retirement account earning interest of 4%, and that could increase your bequest amount, which is what is paid to your family when you pass away. To understand the bequest amount, let me use a mathematical finding from SMU, who have done a research paper to show the payout outcomes. I understand this looks very complicated, so let me distill down to a more simplified version to show you the concept of it. In CPF Life, payouts are an estimates. That's why we need to use simulation. In one of the simulations, we can learn a few things. The first is that CPF Life standard plan pays more. Bracketed in that, 1,126 in the simulation versus 975. Again, that's because there's 150,000 inside the retirement account only. But what will happen in a standard plan? You realize at 70, the bequest amount drops to 92,100, and by 80, it's almost gone. That's because CPF Life, what they do is the capital inside, they will pay out on a monthly basis, And if you pass away in this journey, they will pay you only the residual of your capital. That's why the bequest amount drops according to the payout pace. On the right hand side, you realize for basic plan, while it gives lower at $975 per month, the bequest amount is $170,615 at age of 70, and age of 80 is around $104,000, significantly higher than the standard plan. The reason of it is because it still sits in a retirement account earning interest, but how much is promised, again, is all up to projection. Right now, the CPF payout estimator is no longer visible already. So we have to make educated guesses. So I've done the heavy lifting for you, and before that, smash the like button again. It's taken my team hours to prepare this whole presentation for you. And smash on subscribe, especially if you want to know updates on CPF changes and investments, and also what you can do for investing your excess CPF funds. Now, under the standard plan, you get $141 more per month. And if you happen to pass at the age of 70, you would realize that that's only $8,460 more that you've collected versus a basic plan. But again, the difference in bequest amount is huge, almost $80,000. If you happen to pass the age of 80, you realize you have collected $25,380 more, slightly better. But the difference in bequest amount at 80 is still very large. But this scale is tipping towards the standard plan, which means at the age of 90, you realize the basic plan has almost no payout already. And that's where the standard plan starts to shine. If you collect $141 more from age 65 to age of 90, you have collected $42,300 more. And by the age of 100, that difference will be $59,000 plus more already. This reinforces one thing. CPF Life truly benefits you when you live to a ripe old age. It is meant to protect against longevity risks. And before you say, oh, I will never live to age of 100, do take note. There are more than 1,000 people now above the age of 100. With medical science improvement, it is very likely that more and more people will live past 100 years old. I've shared before in a previous episode, in a standard plan, there is zero rate of return from the age of 60 to 80. But once you live past 85, for example, it does have a decent rate of return. Again, different strokes for different folks. Let me know in the comment sections what you prefer. And with that, I'll cover the next plan, which is the CPF Life escalating plan. To make it consistent, let's use 426k in retirement account again. In the escalating plan, it's mentioned specifically that payouts will increase by 2% every year to protect you against inflation. Estimated age of 65, you take only $2,610, which is almost $700 less than the standard plan. But by the age of 85, you will be collecting a projected of $3,880. And by now, it's more than $500 more than the CPF Life standard plan. This escalation will go on, and if you live very long, congrats. Quite likely, this will be the best payout to you. Let me put them side by side to show you clearly what is the difference. If you live to the age of 95, the standard plan from $426,000, you will have received $1.19 million worth of total payouts. Under the basic plan, by the age of 95, you have received only $1.08 million. And in the escalating plan, you will have received $1.29 million from just 426k. So again, pros and cons. Just like I mentioned, if you don't live very long, basic plan pays you the most. If you live super long, of course the escalating plan pays you the best. So coming to here, everything I mentioned is for a male scenario. Let's now move on to a female scenario to show you the numbers I've discovered. And I've actually a very interesting finding to share with you. Let's now start with full retirement sum for female first. At 213k into RA, for ladies, it'll be $1,590 monthly payout. Putting apple to apple, female versus male, you would realize that the male pays higher. On first glance, the $1,590 for retirement seems a bit low. And my guess of why the female amount is smaller is because of actual science again. Females live longer, and that's why the payout per month is lower. It's just like insurance costs for ladies. Many times for death benefit, female rate is lower than the male rate. For critical illness on the other hand, female rate is usually higher than the male rate, so on and so forth. So this is purely actual science. But to this again, my first take is $1,590 is really a base level of retirement living. I built additional income streams for private clients using dividend income, interest income, etc. to build significantly higher to get a nice retirement. If you have questions on that front, look for my links below. I do advisory work on a fee base, and retirement planning is what I work on a weekly basis. Coming to here, I think you are expert in seeing the numbers already. So let's move on to put side by side full retirement sum versus enhanced retirement sum for ladies. Full retirement sum estimated $1,590 from the age of 65. Enhanced retirement sum $3,080. And to this point, I've actually private clients who come to me as a couple. Once they realize the female rate of CPF Life is paying less, usually as a couple, they would prefer to pump more to the husband's side. I don't know if you agree with that point of view or not, leave in the comment sections, but it's something I've observed working with families. And just now I mentioned the pros and cons of a basic plan. Let me round up today's discussion by showing you female enhanced retirement sum for basic plan. There's something peculiar over here. Same exact definition as per the male one, but what we realize is that for female and enhanced retirement sum, the monthly payout is $2,920. This is estimated to be again $100 less than the male. But what we realize is that this amount projected does not seem to drop. The payout at age 95 is expected at $2,920. Maybe that's good news for ladies? I don't know why so. So there's so many things in CPF Life that leave us with questions. And as I speak to more families and find out more from individual cases, I'd like to continuously share with you in this channel. Hopefully I've given you a thorough breakdown of things. And as always, look for links below to join my Georgetown CPF Retirement Summit 2025. I hope to shake your hand there and answer your questions. And with that, I'll sign off from here. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next video. Take care and goodbye.